Okay, rushing on before oil. Let's get everything ready. Been a rush today. Got a new puppy in the house. So it's been a bit of a rush. I did work on these zones earlier, which does help. Well, the oil open any minute, so I've got to get ready to get this enabled. I am in a long on ZN, which is at break even at the moment, not really going anywhere right now. Okay, we are, what we got? 59. So I'm going to enable oil for now. RTY is not in a great position right now because of the support and resistance zone, so I am not going to enable that for now. A long or a short at this point at the oil pit open would be good. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens. Sorting my other screen out as well while we wait, because I've got to I just want all the indexes playing on the other screen there so I can see if they're all going in the same direction.
Orders submitted.
Okay, we're long on oil. Was that too early? Yeah.
Order canceled.
Yeah. Oh, I think we got in just before the oil pit open. Timing's everything there. Okay, I've just enabled RTY. We pushed through here. That trade cycle's broken here. I'm not interested in a long on oil because that would take us into this big resistance zone. We did, oh, it's coming down a bit further actually. So the longs will be pretty good now. Okay. I said at the beginning, it's been a mad rush today. We got a new puppy come to be with us, and she's our third dog, so it's worse than having a new child. She came on Thursday, so it's I'm absolutely shattered. We've got different biases on all four indexes at the moment. We're bullish on NASDAQ, we're neutral on the other three. So this is a little interesting here. Quite a narrow range we're in at the moment. Oil's been very sedate for the oil pit open actually today. We just checked any data today. Consumer confidence half an hour after the market's open, so nothing's going to set things on fire. The ZN trade's going nowhere at the moment by the looks of it. I think it'll need the market open to actually get that moving one way or the other. the CL opening range trade is active, but if that range is too big, it will not trade it. I think it's over 40 ticks. So, and we are active, obviously, on our, I think also, is that active yet? No, we've gone through the active period on the xBrat algo for oil as well. So that's not active anymore. This is actually very sedate.
Order submitted.
So we've got MIT orders. That's got to come back and touch that. Okay, it did.
Order submitted.
So we're long oil right now. Little concerned, we're not really in any groove purely because it's very, very slow, low volume. Very low volume. Wow, this is moving very slow, unusual. Very unusual. Might just not be in the groove, not enough volume coming in today, in which case we'd have to walk away from the trading. We've got RTY at the open that still will get the volatility. But I'm not going to trade both at the same time when the US market opens. I mean, this doesn't look great. Oil's not good at the moment. And you can tell with the bonds, they're just not moving either. Look, really, really, really just flat. Just going to measure the range on oil. Is it too big already? Yeah, it's just over 40 ticks. Shame we won't get an oil range breakout trade today. We could get one at we get two ranges on oil. We get the oil pit open and the New York Stock Exchange open. So that if that NYSE range for oil is less than 40 ticks, there will be a trade there. We've had no trades come on RTY since the top of the hour, 6 minutes. Everything is really, really slow. This is freaky. This would be a day that I would normally say, don't trade. There's not a lot happening. If I have a look at the indexes, they're just, we have, again, a bullish bias on NQ, but the rest are very neutral, and the price action is extremely small.
Order submitted.
Got a long order again on oil.
Submitted.
Are we going to get some movement on oil? Is it going to wake up? Okay, we're risk-free. We're locking in profit now. I was about to say if we get a third non-starter, we would stop trading oil, but that's, I mean, it's still not going very fast compared to some of the other live sessions. We've seen this move really, really quickly. It's not got the momentum yet. It's not took out a trailing stop. It's only 5 ticks in profit right now, the trailing stop. No.
Order canceled.
Okay. A little bit of profit, not a lot. We're right in the middle of this range. Not really in the groove. RTY is very slow right now. Okay, a couple of ticks on ZN now, but not a lot. I mean, I think break-even trigger for this is quite a bit higher than that. Let me have a look. Let me have a look here, what we got it on. 10 ticks. It's got to reach 10 ticks before we print the break. We move the stop to break even with the auto trader. So it's got to go a long way yet. It's going a little bit now. Okay. I think all the oil traders have taken the day off. It's very, very slow. I'm just going to disable the shorts on RTY. I don't want to go short into here. Coming to test this as support and then going long is my preferred option there. Not really interested in shorting into support. We're starting to gather more momentum or volume to the upside on RTY and ES. I'm going to disable longs on oil as well, because this pullback could find support, then it'll go long and it'll go long into the resistance. Might be the wrong thing to do here. I adjusted the RTY to give a max risk of 15 ticks between stop and entry. 13 wasn't cutting it the other day. We were just missing out. Oh, sorry, 12. So I've just added a little bit more risk there so we can get into more trades. If it was moving, it's just not moving. It's likely going to get a long order here on oil. Just can't believe how slow it is. So the oil opening range has been defined. It's more than 40 ticks, so it will not trade it. There will be another range when the New York Stock Exchange opens. So this was yesterday, for example. We a lot more volatile on oil yesterday, a lot bigger opening range. And then we got the New York Stock Exchange opening range. And we did get a little trade, but it was break even in the end. So we've got another bite at the cherry today, really. Let's go back to CL. I'm going to enable longs now because we pushed through that resistance. I'm going to disable shorts. What I'm looking for is a pullback here, just to take a long signal. I'm not really interested in the short signal at this point. So it is totally automated that it takes the trades. There's risk. You set everything up and it will do everything for you. All I'm doing is enabling and disabling as we're going through support and resistance, really. we've got all four indexes pushing up. Now RTY bias is bullish, as well as NQ, and ES has just turned bullish. So really not looking for a short here at the moment on RTY. That's disabled. The ZN trade's working pretty well. Not quite got to where we need to be for the trading stop to be adjusted. Pretty close right now. I think it needs just one more tick, and it should trigger automatically to make this trade risk-free. And what we're doing is looking at a range breakout for the gold pit open time for ZN, because we start to get, in theory, a lot more US dollar activity, and that will move ZN. It's never a fast trade. It's not a NASDAQ or anything like that. But you know, if you're patient, this just needs to go one more tick and it'll be risk-free, and then it just runs. If it makes money, it makes money. If not, not. Just needs one more push up, I think, and that should change the stop automatically. You can't always go live and it'd be hectic. Okay, it's not going there yet. Okay, we could have a pullback on RTY now. We've got some fresh air, so I'm going to enable shorts. Got some fresh air down to this support. Not interested in a short on CL right now. Because we're going to be shorting into support. See, there's a signal there, but he won't take it because I've disabled.
Order submitted.
A short order on RTY. It's not in yet. It's an MIT type order. So it has to come back and touch this, but for some reason we got a stop quantity fault. So it just took us out straight away. Just want to check those parameters. Entry quantity 1. We are 1. Okay, should be all right. There's just Ninja Trader having a bit of a meltdown with an order there. The main thing is it didn't crash the system. Everything's set up correctly. Again, the short wasn't taken on oil because we don't want to short into support. So I've got shorts disabled. To be honest, a long on RTY is not great now because we'll be going long into resistance. So I'm going to disable longs there. One more tick on ZN and we'll be risk-free. If it could push up, seems to be finding a bit of resistance there right now. 110, 130. Just needs a little bit of a push. There she goes. Okay, so what's happened is we've gone through 10 ticks, just tipped it. So what happened is now is we get a trailing stop and it locks in a few ticks here as well. So we are risk-free. We're locking in a bit of profit. It's got to run. If it doesn't run, we take a bit of profit, we get out. But the main thing is here, we are risk-free on the ZM breakout trade. The roller coaster trades, there's not a lot happening today. There is not a great deal of action, as it were. Oil's very slow, very, very slow. And to be honest, RTY is, but we are now bullish bias on all four indexes. The only issue is for me to get along here would be into that resistance. We've probably gone into a little bit of range. We've got about 12 minutes before the open. So gone into a little bit of a range here. It's just very low volume on everything right now. Is there a holiday I didn't know about? So with ZN, this has got a push. Now, what will make or break this, you know, it's not going to lose. But what will make or break it is the open, the US Open. If it goes the right way and this shoots up, we will get a great trade. But the main thing is we're risk-free now. So what we're going to be looking for is the next criteria for the stop trigger will be 40 ticks. When it goes through 40 ticks, it locks in 20. And then the next one is 60 ticks, 30 ticks, where the stop is to break even. Ultimately, there's an 80 tick target for these, and they do run. They don't run every day. They might not run every week, but when we've optimized and back testing, this is the setup. By adjusting that stop after so many ticks to make it risk-free, the ones that will run, and that stock will be adjusted automatically as it goes along. But right now we are risk-free, which is the main thing. Could look for a short here. I've enabled that. There's a bit of fresh air down below there on oil. I'm actually going to enable longs on RTY as well now, because we're right in that support and resistance zones. These are the ones I did pre coming on air. I did them a little bit earlier. And all I do is look back and look for major pivots and join them up. If there's more than three, well, three or more, there's a good opportunity to put in that support and resistance zone, if you like. See how that one held. We're in short on RTY. How long we've got before the open? I've got 9 minutes left before the open. That's a long time. But this is moving extremely slowly. There is a button on the right-hand panel to flatten any of these trades, but if you do, it switches the strategy off and you've got to re-enable it. But that facility is on every single auto trader, whether it's roller coaster, range breakout, or the xBrat algo. xBrat algo, we've got one running on the xBrat algo at the moment, and that's CL. That's out of its trading condition right now, so it's outside of the trading session. But that's pretty good. Almost risk-free on the short on RTY. Almost risk-free now. Should change. There we go. We're risk-free now on RTY short. To be honest, I preferred quite a bit more volatility before the markets opened, make the profit and then just get out and walk away, but it's not happened that way. We've got a short on oil now. RTY isn't running at the moment. Could come back and take that break even stop out there. Yeah.
Order filled.
I'm not interested in a long coming back up into here. I'll enable just before the market's open on the longs. Oil's moving so slow. So that long wasn't taken purely because I disabled longs. ZN's back at 10 ticks there. Again, it's finding a bit of resistance there. And I think the market open will make or break ZN trade. Oh, it's pushed through a little bit there. Okay. Oil's not looking good at the moment. Got a short-term support on RTY here.
Order submitted.
We're in short on RTY there. 5 minutes before the open. RTY's risk-free. Oil's just not moving. I think after this oil trade, we'll be just disabling that. It's just not moving today. Can RTY break this short-term support? That's the thing. Can we get a runner into the open?
Order canceled.
Okay, I'm disabling oil. It's not running. It's not in the groove. It's pointless trading it.
Order filled.
Okay, I am going to disable RTY because we're really close to the open now. I want to open it. I want to enable it just before the open. I don't want to get in a trade just before the open because the sod's law is I will get taken out. And ZN trades doing pretty good. $12 ticks now. 13. So remember, it's got to get to 40 ticks for the next target for the stop to adjust, and then that will lock in 20 ticks. It's about $300 profit. So there's a lot of work for this to do at the moment. It's risk-free. We just got to wait for that open. Okay, it's pushing on a little bit now. Getting a little bit more volume coming into this before the market's open. We've got less than 3 minutes before the market's open. 18 ticks ish, now 17 on ZN trade. It's pretty good. You'll see if I just zoom out a little bit here, there's a target somewhere up there. It's not there. So this is what we call a confirmation trade because the yellow was above the red. Let me just check that. We'll make sure on the strategies. In other words, this is the manager ribbon for those that know what the manager is on global trading software. And if that ribbon remains green, it will stay in the trade. The stops will still adjust. Let me just check. Yeah, it's a confirmation exit mode. So if this yellow passes through the red, though, it will just take out the trade wherever it is. Okay. So this price action is pretty good right now on this 10-minute candle, and we should see that tip back up again. And if it continues to run and it goes through 80 ticks, it doesn't matter. As long as that yellow remains above the red, it will still run. That's $312 profit right now. We have got less. We got 1 minute to the open now. If $328 was enough for you today, $343 now, okay, you could just flatten this trade. What we're looking for is the next stop adjustment, and what we're looking for is the open of the US markets, not to turn that back around. Sometimes you've got to be in it to win it. So, you know, on the percentage win rate that we've got. Okay, so we're good here. Okay, it's not reacted so far. I am now going to enable RTY. Okay, Z, the bonds are actually reacting the right way for now, but that first 15 minutes at the US market open is critical. We do have an order on to buy on oil for the range breakout there.
Cancel.
Okay.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Okay, this is moving fast. We've had 2 orders. They got cancelled. That's fine. We seem to be finding a bit of a groove on the roller coaster. I'm not going to trade oil on the roller coaster right now. Again, sometimes it's a little bit of trial on the order type. So MIT is not actually getting us in on this particular 135 rank Uni Renko. When I do a live session again, we may change that to 1910 or something like that. I don't know. And we may change stop market orders.
Order submit. Order cancel. Order submitted. Please. Order canceled.
That's okay. In the middle of a range right now. We're between 2 support and resistance zones. All indexes are very positive right now, but it can go up and down a lot in this first 15 minutes. Oh, we just need a little bit more to get to risk-free there. RTY not behaving very, very well at all at the moment. Didn't take the stop out. It's just finding some very, very short-term support here. so much indecision right now in RTY. Okay, we're risk-free.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Okay, we did make a tiny bit of money on that. I did not like that indecision in RTY there. And the disabled shorts. Could be the wrong thing to do, but everything looks green on all four indexes. Yes, during this first 15 minutes, there's a lot of volatility and we could get shorts.
Order submitted.
Came in a long now on RTY. The short would have been a break even there. Okay, we're in a bit of profit now
Order fell.
on RTY and the long. Pushing up good on the breakout for ZN. The breakout for oil hasn't triggered yet. The order's still on though. So there's a short order there, but again, I've disabled shorts. I think I'm only interested in the longs at the moment today. There, they would have got taken out.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
We're long RTY. Ooh, into the resistance zone. Should have kept an eye on that. I was just looking left on another screen. We are break even on that RTY long though. Can it push out of this resistance zone and fly? No idea. No. Slight win. Nothing's running at the moment. We've got shorts disabled because everything looks long right now. Unless we get a total reversal. But we can react later. We don't have to be first on the train. Okay, that short did work out. We didn't trade it because we got disabled, but we could. Okay, we're long and we're okay. Made a tiny bit there. I'm just going to enable shorts a minute now because we pushed back down through. When it gets towards the top, I'm going to disable again. Yeah, very, very bullish. The roller coaster looks for a little pullback and then go back up again. That's too deep. Okay. It's in long. So the longs have been given as little runners, little wins. It's not really in the groove. If we get through this first 15 minutes and we're not really doing much, you know, that will be it for me, really. Oh, see how quick that was. Okay. So that was a tiny little profit again. The main thing is the software reacts to that. So sometimes the actual screen, the chart doesn't print it fast enough because it's milliseconds, but the software reacted to it and took a little bit of profit there. So we've got a range breakout order on from previous days New York Stock Exchange Open, which actually the opening range is pretty much the same as today. So what we do is define that range for the first 10 minutes for New York Stock Exchange. So that will be done in less than 2 minutes. It'll be about the same as yesterday. Okay, we're long on RTY again. We're risk-free. No, didn't run again. Tiny little profit. Yeah. Oil on the roller coaster is not really in the groove, so there's no trading there. And gets that exposure to different sectors and different markets. This is why, you know, ZN is running well for us on the breakout. We're not really getting runners on RTY and the roller coaster right now. You know, in the next 5 minutes, if we don't get runners, we just switch it off because it's just not in the groove today. We're break even again now. Little profit taken again. It's not running right now. And this may be the case because we do have data coming out at 10 o'clock. We got consumer confidence at 10 o'clock, you see. So there's a bit of lack of volume because of that. Okay, we're active on HG. There we go. That 10 minutes is up, and now we've got a short on copper as well. Now we are long on RTY. Okay, I'm going to disable RTY for now. It's just not in the groove. Okay. So breakout wise, we've got ZN on long and we've got HG short, and it's just changed to risk free. So this has got to run or come back and take us out with a little bit of profit on copper. So and the reason for this is sometimes they can reverse quite quickly. So we're reasonably aggressive with the auto trader to get it to risk free, because what we're looking for is runners. We're not interested in up and down movements like the roller coaster is. What we're interested in is something that will run. So if it comes back now and takes out the break even, that's fine. We've lost nothing, but you've got to be in it to win it. We do have targets for adjusting stops on all range breakouts as well. So when copper gets to a certain level, it will adjust the stop to lock more profit. It's got to do a lot more work yet. ZN still not to the next level where we adjust the stop, where the automated trader adjusts the stop. HG doesn't want to run at the moment. Could take us out. A little bit of profit. I think it'd be about 40 odd bucks. 37.50. Yeah.
Order cancel.
Okay, but that's the safety. Okay, it's about safety. That rejected those lows. The thing is, we can re-optimize. If it rejects those lows, then comes back later down, maybe we just adjusted that break even a little too early. And we can keep re-optimizing that and learning from that. But the main thing is we've lost no money there. Okay, made a tiny bit. The ZN still continues to push, which is good, but it's got to get through I think it's 60 ticks to get us to the next trigger for the trailing stop. Now we can see that the yellow EMA is above the red. So this is basically what we call the manager, and it's a confirmation type trade. So the stops will get adjusted twice more if it continues to move up. As long as that yellow remains above the red, it will stay in the trade. Now, if that continues overnight, it'll carry it on overnight. But when the yellow crosses the red, it will take us out. Or if it crosses one of the trailing stop positions. Right now, it seems pretty strong. You know, we're at a bit of a resistance. Remember, ZN does not move like the indexes. It's a lot slower instrument. I don't know if many people trade it. It's about $15 per tick, but we trade it once a day on this particular strategy. Sometimes it doesn't trade, sometimes it does. We're at $500 profit right now, for example, which is really, really good. What time we got here? So we're 9:44 now. We do have data in 15 minutes. So I'm actually going to stay on later than I usually do. We're going to wait for this data, and we can see if we can switch RTY back on there. The CL breakout trade is still hanging on to that New York Open. We do have a sensible entry if oil just pushes up through there and breaks that range. So the order's on, but it has to take it on within so many candles. If not, it will get cancelled. The HG breakout trade, we made a few ticks there purely because we've got that break-even trigger after so many ticks, and you see how that's rejected those lows and come back up again. That's what the safety is all about with that. Okay. We are still pushing up on ZN. This is a fantastic trade. And again, if you were happy with $562 profit on ZN, you could just hit that flatten button if you wish. There's always that option with the auto traders to do that. Okay. Anybody watching on YouTube, you got any questions? Get in the chat, ask me some questions while I'm here. Not always live. What are we in? We're in CL. Okay, so we actually had a bit of a push there, and we're in the breakout on CL, and it's risk-free already. Again, very aggressive with this, very, very aggressive, because if it comes back against you, it's a widow maker, a bit like copper. So this has just got to push now. It's got to push and run. Otherwise, we get out with a couple of ticks profit to cover costs. Okay, so oil has to run. And that's what we're after here. We're after runners when they break out of that range. We're not interested in up and down, sideways movement. We're interested in one direction only, the direction of the breakout. So that's looking pretty good right now. Again, we've got data coming out at the top of the hour that could affect this. Again, through so many ticks, it will adjust the stop automatically. So we're looking pretty good now. There we go. Just adjusted the stop a little bit more to lock more profit in. This is really, really good trade on oil now. We're $300 up on oil, $531 up on ZN. Okay, little bit of latency and lag with the data there. You saw that pink come up there. So if we were waiting for a trade, and it wouldn't have put an order on during that time, because data providers, sometimes you get a little lag. So the auto trader detects that and protects you for there. So we're looking pretty good right now. We've adjusted the stop once on oil. Twice, once to break even, then to lock in 10 ticks. Then, you know, if it's got to run now, if it doesn't, it will just take the $100 profit. Okay, go back to ZN. This is running pretty well. Again, this has got to get to 60 ticks before it adjusts the stop to 30 ticks to lock in profit. And again, we are waiting 2 more minutes for this next candle to close. As long as that yellow remains above the red, it will stay in the trade. And I can tell you right now, RTY is not in the groove, okay? If it's not in the groove, we just don't trade it. Yeah, you can't see, when we were trading it live, we were getting small gains and we had one loser and then I just stopped, okay? Because it's not in the groove today. And that's, you know, just because I've come live, it doesn't mean it's going to be in the groove. Okay, that was the MCL that I'm trading as well, taking out the trailing stop on the oil breakout when we haven't taken it on the CL yet. Again, slight price differences, but I think, you know, that goes. Okay, it's taken the profit on oil there because it pulled back quite deep from those highs. Remember, we're only interested in the runners and it just didn't run, but we took $100. That's fine. Let's go to back to ZN. It's pushing well. This next 10-minute candle is going to close in a minute. We should, in theory, see now the gap between the yellow and the red increase when that candle closes, because we've had some real good bullish momentum there. Yeah, there we go. Candles change. See, now yellow's way above the red. This is good. It's starting to move apart. It's not over yet. This could turn around violently on the data, and that's what I'm waiting for 10 more minutes for the data to come around. There we go. Okay, it's just a stop. It's just adjusted the stop now automatically. It's gone through 60 ticks. It's adjusted to 30 ticks, locking in profit on the ZN trade. I don't know what we're about $500-600 up at the moment, Musa. I've disabled RTY because it just wasn't working. We took $100 on oil. The oil roller coaster wasn't working, wasn't in the groove. So we've had a small $50 win on copper breakout. Here you see how we got that protection in. Look how much that turned around there. This is what's important about this, is that when you optimize these strategies, you see where the best place is to make that risk-free, lock into a 3 ticks. Yeah. And then we had a 10-tick winner on oil, and right now we've got 30 ticks locked in on the ZN trade. They're about $500 up, something like that. Okay. Musa Bamba. That's good. We're rejecting those lows for now. No problem. RTY starting to gain the groove a little bit here. Look at this sort of price. Interesting. What's oil doing on the roller coaster? Are we in the groove yet? Not really. Not really. So we're waiting for the data, the consumer confidence data, to come out to see what it does. If it rocks the boat and everything dies down, we've got 30 ticks locked in on ZN. That's right, Musa. Yeah. Again, I mean, no rush to take the profit on this ZN because I've seen these run and run. So we've locked in 30 ticks and it's $15 per tick. So we've locked in 450 odd bucks. So it's not a bad trade right now. As long as this yellow EMA remains above the red and doesn't cross, it will stay in. The next criteria, if it continues to go higher, and that's a big if right now because we've got the data coming out, is we've got one more adjustment on the stock to lock in more profit. I'm just going to look at the settings for that. So we're on a straddle. Oh no, that's it. Oh no, that's 40 ticks. We've locked in 20 ticks. We've got to go through 60 to lock in 30. Right. So we've gone through 10, made it risk-free. We've gone through 40, we've locked in 20. But then we do 60 and then we lock in 30. Okay. It's different for every instrument. Data out in 5 minutes. This seems to be in the groove now. It's cleared all of that horrible rubbish. Do we give it another go or do we wait for data? We wait till just before the data comes out just to see if we get some volatility that the roller coaster likes. I'm just going to take that off there. You see, when we go back and look at oil now, we can see we moved the trailing stop here. We did that pullback, but now it's flying. So what we'll do is we look at the data at the end of the week. And if there's a pattern of this happening, we adjust those triggers so we don't lose out on these big movers. We didn't lose money. We made money. The thing is now to learn from that. Can we make a little more money? My VPS is frozen at the moment, so I'm just going to give it time to catch up. There we go. It's because I'm live streaming from my computer, but you're actually seeing one of my VPSs, so it's a little bit different. It'd be interesting to see how the bonds actually react to this data. It's coming down quite a bit here. Locked in 20 ticks, sorry, so that's 300 bucks. We're in a bit of fresh air here as far as RTY is concerned. So what I need to do is just see if this recent activity gives me no. So this pivot here, and this pivot here does form a zone. So we need to pull that in, okay? Twice is a line, 3 is a trend. So we have a support and resistance zone formed. Test it twice from below, and now we've tested it once from above. Okay. I'm a little bit nervous about this data with the roller coaster because sometimes I can't control the controls on the right hand side because I'm live streaming. So I'm a little bit nervous about this. So we'll see how it goes. It's only money. So we tested that twice now from up above, 2 times from below, 2 times from above, 3 times now. Okay, data's just about to come out. So I'm just going to enable RTY there. I'm a little bit nervous because I won't be able to control if we do have a lot of volatility and loads of orders coming in to enable and disable because of this live streaming thing, but we'll see. There may be no reaction. It may be neutral, in which case we just switch off and go home. I'll leave ZN to run. We'll see what happens. Okay, data's out. ZN initial reaction is to go up, which is good.
Order submitted.
Whoa, we're in a short on RTY. We're risk-free. It's going down. Let's hit that support again.
Order filled.
And we're out. Okay, took a profit. I mean, I've just drawn that in. It's just a line on a chart, guys, but this, this is a skill you need to learn. Along here would be really good.
Order submitted.
Yeah, we're risk-free on the long. Can it run now? No.
Order filled.
Took us out.
Order filled.
And then a little profit on the short as well. If I don't see a groove forming soon, I'm just going to disable it again. There goes ZN. I'm going to disable RTY. A reasonably good winner. 2 little winners. Not really in the groove. Okay. So this initial reaction to data for ZN has been in the direction we want it to be in. Does it have the momentum now to push up and go through 60 ticks to adjust that trailing stop again? And then we're just in the laps then of how well this performs, because as long as that yellow remains above the red, this trade will stay in if it keeps going up until we hit max profit. I don't know what the max profit is on this. Let me have a look. Missed that long look coming off that support on RTY. I was too quick to disable there. Wow, that was a runner and a half. Okay, I was too quick to disable there. Okay, so max profit on ZN is set to 700 bucks. So if this reached 700 bucks, it will just close and take max profit for the day if it reaches there. Oh, look at this roller coaster now. This is what it is. We get a nice long trade, nice short trade, but I disabled it. Okay. Disabled too early after data. I didn't see that groove forming with that consumer confidence data. And I didn't wait long enough. There were two really great trades there. Now things are turning back around on ZN, look. So enabled longs on RTY again here. We're already in a long trade cycle. It hasn't hit the stop yet. I won't get in this trade. It won't take me in because the trade cycle's already in, but it's taken out that trailing stop now. So let's see if we can get some of this groove going. We've got shorts disabled, we're not in that shorts. I'm only really interested in the longs today, I think, because we're so bullish on all the indexes. Yes, they will put YM's pulling back quite deeply, actually. But we've got some support under here that's been very, very strong. We don't go trade in 5 minutes. I'm going to finish for the day anyway, because I've got this one running. Our trade cycle's finished now. The trading stop is taken. All the indexes are pulling back down slightly. Low volume though. I think RTY may follow here. We'll see what this support, if it breaks this support. Yeah. This could drag down ZN. Certainly dragging down oil.
Orders submitted.
Okay, we're in a long. Don't know if this has got any juice actually left in it. If it's not, then I'll disable. Okay, we're risk-free on RTY trade. I don't think this has got the juice. And maybe we're getting ready to disable this strategy. We don't get a runner here. Locking in a bit of profit. Ooh, she's going. There she goes. Is there enough? No. Okay, I'm disabling that. We're not getting any long runners. So I'm going to disable that. I'm going to allow ZN to do its thing, and I'm going to call it a day there. So for those that turned up, thank you, and I'll see you all later.